What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there.
Answer the question.
Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. Want to go? We're going to go. We're going. We're going right now, Shady. You know, where we go one, we go all, and I don't care because you're coming with us. And all of you guys in the MG Show chat, welcome. We got Justice Cometh in there, Shady. What's going on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time?
Are you going to make the announcement, or are you going to try to throw it to me at the beginning of the show? Whatever I'm going to say at the beginning of the show. Thank you, all of you, for being here today. It is shot out of a cannon Thursday. You know why? Because this is the most fun any of us could ever be having. Just calm down for 3 seconds and recognize that you could not possibly be in a better timeline. There's no such thing as a better timeline. If you're not fired up and excited about life in general and about the golden age that is upon us, there's going to be robots in grocery stores soon, guys. Data centers are going to be they're going to be churning out memes at a record pace.
They already are.
The world is going to be turned on its head. And let me tell you something. We are one step closer to it being the America Ocean. We don't need Pacific, Atlantic. We don't need any of that stuff. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you.
So where are we going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern?
I don't Justice Cometh tonight with Tracing Justice.
Yes, Tracing Justice with the Justice Cometh and Tracy. I don't know if Tracy's joining us tonight, but that'd be nice to have her on as well. And we'll be going over Arabella, but we got more, Shady Groove. We actually got a pesky MG show proof, kind of actually a Q proof as well, like who owns the voting machines and all that. We're going to talk a little bit about that, Shady Groove. The Chinese... The DHS Mark Wayne Mullen just said, hey, there's voting machine, Chinese parts in voting machines. You think? So I did a thread on 11/7/2020 calling out the exact same vendors that he's calling out today. Maybe that's why we're so censored, Shady. What do you think about that?
I think that this is interesting because this is the thing that we were trying to focus on way back then. And then all of these other people ran out to the conversation to start talking about foreign hacking and all of these other different and PCAPs and things that we couldn't prove whenever the information that we were digging up that you're getting ready to share with everyone was information that we could actually prove. But no one really wanted to talk about it, did they, Jeff?
Nope.
Isn't it interesting? Because even whenever we were back then, going back now, looking back, we were trying to tell them about this stuff whenever they were telling us about the Kraken and all this other crap, and nobody wanted to hear it. All they wanted to hear was devolution, devolution, devolution.
Yeah, it was crazy, right? Yes.
It was crazy.
So get on over to Tracing Justice. Just go to, let's just do this right now, guys. Let's go over to Rumble. Okay. Let's go do this live together.
There you are.
TRA.
Live dig.
Singh, C-I-N-G, Tracing. There's Tracing Justice. Okay, right there. And you're going to want to go ahead and give them a follow as well. I think we're already following them, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. And then tonight, there's going to be a link here. Here it is right here. There is a link. Wow. Okay, we got the link right here, guys. I'm going to give you the link right now. Copy and paste tonight. TONIGHT at... That's 5 o'clock your time, Shady.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it's like 1 o'clock Ross Pure's time. 1 a.m.
Oh, wow. Really?
It's the next day. Yeah.
Well, let's just go through and announce every single person's time zone and what time it is for them while you're at it. Like, why is it just me and Ross Pure that you're like setting aside? It's going to be an hour later.
No, 7. It's 7 p.m.
Hour earlier.
Central.
Hour late.
Later. Yeah. Earlier. Because he's future and I'm past and what?
Boy, we really drove that right into the corner.
Well, you did it.
I did do it that time.
So get on over there right now. I dropped the link. Tracing Justice is in the chat as well. Click on Tracing Justice's name. We'll be there at 8. We'll talk about stuff, Shady Groove. We'll talk about stuff that they all ignored us on. And the biggest one is actually a QD code, guys. We did this QD code. It's called Arabella Advisors. And, I kept pushing it. And all of a sudden, our president, the president of the United States, the one that we follow?
Yeah, that one.
He actually said Arabella Advisors is public enemy number 1. Mm-hmm. So why wouldn't people talk about Arabella Advisors?
Probably for the same reason they wouldn't talk about General Kellogg's book or the idea of the massive successes of America's General Kane. They would talk about any of those things because, Jeff, if they were to talk about those things, it would lead credibility to the administration. It would make it look like that the administration knew what they were doing. And right now they're on this whole, we got to make the administration look like they're incompetent campaign to trick everybody into thinking that for some reason Donald Trump has turned a corner and you can no longer see the real Trump anymore. They're like one step away from telling us that Donald Trump has been sent to Gitmo.
That's right. Real quick too, Shady. I want to just we have a new we played the we played the Bright Core stuff, Shady Groove. Remember the Bright Core?
Yes. The kimchi, right?
Yeah. I'm just trying to see what's happening here. They don't. Oh, they have a payment. Let me do this one later because I've got to get ready for it. They don't have a script or anything for me, so I gotta just figure that one out. So I'll do that later. We'll do the kimchi thing later, Shady Grove. But I do have this one here, guys. This is Neutronics Labs. Really, I see Mikey Mariano just got his order. It's shipping today, Mikey. I can't wait for you to make men again. You're already a man, but could you imagine with a little more testosterone and a little more cortisol? Because it will support your immune system. It will support your fat burn, your muscle building, guys, okay? Joint health, which, I might need a little bit, as I get a little older. And it does improve my sleep. It does combat your stress levels and cortisol. It makes me help my mom a little bit easier because I'm just like, oh, okay, Mom, I'll get that. Instead of being triggered like I always was, right? And it also boosts your energy and your libido, guys. You're going to want to go to neutronicslabs.com/MG show, get the man's edge, and get a platinum bottle of IGF-1. And here's how you get both bottles. You go to neutronicslabs.com/MG for a 50% off with an auto ship and a platinum bottle of IGF-1 completely free of charge. Plus, you'll get an extra 10% off when you use that code MG. Wow.
Thank you guys all so much for supporting the show and for getting healthy. Like, this is part of the golden age. Part of the golden age is for you to recognize every single one of you are the star or the hero of your own story and start living your life exactly like that. You're an individual, and every single right that is of America is for you. Other people have been stealing your rights. And so part of what it is that is your right is to take care of yourself. And we're encouraging everybody to do that. This product is actually very, very good. We're getting quite the response about the Neutronic stuff, guys. A lot of people are giving us positive. It's not just us that are seeing positive results. It's really a pretty incredible what we're seeing in the email.
That's right. We got one the other day. She's been taking it since August 1st. already losing weight, already feeling better. And that's what it's about, guys. It's about your health. And we might have some more things on the horizon coming, so stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Wow. And this show is very thankful to our sponsors as well. And if you want to know who our sponsors are, just go to app.mg.show and go check out the app all the way at the bottom. You can see our merch. You can see our advertisers. You can go right there from there as well.
You know, man, I just wanted to, on the heels of what you're saying there, just talk about that for a second, because I mean, I'd like to just point out the environment that we've been in America, and this whole idea about marketing and the president of the United States and a huge segment of the population utilizing their tools for media and marketing to set up smear campaigns and utilize smear tactics in public information or public awareness situations to weaponize human beings against someone for things that they're saying someone did that the person didn't do. And I don't really care who that is. I don't care if that's, Enrique Tarrio making up stuff, or if that's the mainstream news making up stuff, or if all the people about DEI, or all the people about the judges, or Fox News going on there with DSA 27, they're making up stuff. Everybody's trying to make something up to make you mad at someone for something. We could do something very critical here for our own well-being. We could choose not to choose. You could choose not to choose these people's like little lines in the sand that they're drawing and saying, oh, well, you got to pick to be over here. You got to pick to be over there. No, you don't. You don't have to do anything that any person tells you to do about anything. You have to look out for yourself. You have to look out for your family. You have to look up for guidance, and you have to be who you really are. And that's what we're supposed to do. And all this other stuff, they're just trying to rip the fabric apart, guys. We need to be sewing it back together faster than they can rip it apart.
That's right. That's right. And, that's what we're doing. And there's another one where everybody's again saying that we're not going to have elections. The elections are going to be put on pause. Okay. That's another psychological operations being foisted upon you. COVID, we still had elections, civil war. Stop it, guys. Okay. Just stop being so gullible and stop, when somebody lies, Shady Groove, for example, in 2020, there was somebody that says, I guarantee you 100% that President Trump is going to be the president for the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So do you like liars?
Mm-mm.
I don't either. I hate liars, actually, Shady. That's one of the worst things ever that you could do to someone. And then ramp everybody up to go attack people that think differently. That's wrong too. And we've mapped it all out. In fact, Alexis Wilkins did map it out for you about the Flynn network and RT and all of it. Where was Flynn? He was in Russia, guys. What was the collusion about? It was about Russia, guys. I'll give you 3 stars in general if you can tell me why President Trump says Russia. Okay? Learn the comms. Figure it out. Think for yourself. Prove us wrong.
The attack is on the person that is saying what is to be true. That's the attack. The attack is not on what is the attack is not on. Why can't it be a counter argument? So there is an accusation. Someone says something is true, and someone could easily say, no, it isn't true because of that. But they don't say that. What they say is something else about you instead. Whenever a public servant, it's very interesting to me, Jeff, that this guy that you're talking about wants to, so badly be the president of the United States, but he can't take an ounce of criticism. Look at the criticism. He can't answer a tough question in public. He walks away from an interview where a lady's just asking him about his brother on the day of January 6th. In 2 seconds, he gets up and walks away. Trump doesn't do that. We saw Trump in the last 10 years, we saw him get up out of one interview where he set the microphone down and stepped up and walked away. One time in a decade with all of this garbage that they've thrown at him. So you have to have a thick skin. That's, I'm thanking them for our thick skin. Thank you very much. That's the reason that we survived, because you gave us the thick skin, because of Jeff and Shannon could bounce things off of one another, and we knew what is and isn't true on our own. We don't need other people to like say, oh yeah, good job guys, pat you on the head, oh you did good here. We don't need that. We can see clearly what is true, and we don't need any outside information or resource to verify it for us or to tell us what it is to focus on.
But you wear red shoes, Shady.
I did not.
Oh, that was me. Right.
Yes.
Oh, so that means I'm wrong.
Exactly.
It's so dumb, guys.
I mean, if he had had on purple shoes, everything he said would have been right.
Yes, exactly correct. Yeah.
It's the craziest thing.
Isn't that funny?
But I mean, that's the ridiculousness of the argument that I'm making.
And remember, the Q post that says Media Matters was out there to identify shady characters.
What did Shady do?
Shady.
Just trying to help, man.
Yeah. Right. So let's go into the show. We got a lot to talk about today. Body by Steph. Red shoes. I remember that hit. I know. It's still coming around. I've never owned a pair. I was just photographed in one for a women's shelter that protected women that were in abusive relationships.
I'm going to have to get you some.
So terrible. So
that
terrible.
Would be like the ultimate troll for Shady to buy Jeff a pair of red shoes.
Major IP. I'm so sorry. What about all the speeding tickets, Shady?
It was more than 2, by the way, guys.
It was more than 2. There's only 2 still left on my record, apparently. But when I was in Illinois, they used to staple your license to the ticket, and that's what the cops would do. They would feel your license to see how many tickets you've got. That's what they would do to see if they were going to give you a warning or a ticket. It's kind of funny.
I'm just going to tell us.
I had like 20. Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you guys.
I'm going to tell the psyopers.
We had something I used to call just plead insanity. It's basically called court supervision. And, if you didn't get his ticket in a year, you could go to the court and say, I plead court supervision.
So he would like 1 year and a day.
They usually gave it to you, right? And then you just don't get caught for a year and you're good.
He's like drives the speed limit, and then the next, he's like this. Ladies and gentlemen, he had the calendar in his house, and you remember how they would like X off the day, and he's like working his way down.
Yeah,
he's driving 55, and he gets up the next day. It's like Groundhog Day, driving 55.
That's right. That's right.
But then one day comes.
Misor North had a pair of red pumps.
She still has them.
The real story about Hans Christian Andersen and the red shoes is very specific. It has nothing to do with what they're saying that it means. It might be, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. It's sensationalized.
It's sensationalized. And I've got a whole thread on that too. That's why so when I broke the red shoe story, it's in my Paysura thread, Shady. That's why they attacked me on the red shoes. So stupid. All right.
Yeah, but because they attacked you because I was
wrong, right?
They needed to detract from what we were talking about in the thread, which was the family that actually owns the red shoes. There might be something to the idea that the secret society people that wear the red shoes in their elite circles have sent their minions to paint and project themselves onto others to ruin their credibility. It's possible. I'm not really sure.
That's right. All right. So we got Karoline Leavitt. God bless her, Shady Groove. I've got her final interview here, and I want to watch it and honor her because she has been one of the best, badassiest, snarky, yet factual, yet on top of it. My goodness. I don't think we could have asked for a better press secretary, and I do hope that we get somebody just as good, if not better than her. She set the bar very high. And after nearly 20 months, this beautiful press secretary has the second longest tenure of any Trump spokesperson, okay? And she's stepping down to focus on her 2 beautiful children. She told Fox News that the next press secretary must have the president's complete trust and confirmed that she will become and stay an outside advisor. So I just want to play this last interview. Karoline Leavitt, Shady Groove. Wow.
She's been a star of the MG show. We have played so many of her press conferences here, and to watch her punch these people in the nose, it's been an honor to sit here and to see the fight. The fight that's in her is the fight that's in you. The reason that you like her is because you see a piece of you inside of her. You see that if you were up there and given the opportunity to defend this great president, you'd give it your all just like she's doing.
Amen. So here's Karoline Leavitt's final interview as the White House press secretary.
What a time to be alive.
Now in her last official interview as White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt. Good morning to you, Caroline.
Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Press 47 for her. Let's go.
What are your plans?
Well, I'm feeling good. You know, of course, it's a little bit bittersweet. It's bitter because I'm leaving a job that I love so very much. And it's been the honor and blessing of a lifetime to work for this president, President Trump. There will never be another like him, and to serve as his spokesperson behind that podium. It has been the adventure of a lifetime. And I am so grateful to him for believing in me and allowing me to serve in this role over the last 20 months. And now being very understanding as a boss and a friend that it's time for me to take a step back so I can spend more time with my two beautiful children. Of course, I have a 2-year-old and a 4-month-old. They're just at a critical time in their life where they need their mom home a little bit more. So I look forward to spending more time with them, but continuing to serve the president as a top advisor on the outside. I'm grateful to him that he still wants me to stick around just in a way that I can spend more time with family. So it's been, again, just such an adventure working here with the president, with our great White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles, our first female Chief of Staff in history, and all of the great people that work around the clock here every day to make our country strong and safe and secure. It's been the adventure of a lifetime.
Well, Karoline, you have mastered being able to know where the president stands on every issue. You are definitely an upgrade at the podium. I'll ask you this. Where does the president stand on my home state of Texas? I know he's heading there today for a Republican fundraiser there to help out Ken Paxton. What has been said on the ground now? Are we going to win it there?
Republicans are going to win Texas, let me tell you, and President Trump is headed to Houston tonight to host a fundraiser for the RNC to continue increasing the Republican cash advantage as we head into this election season. The president tomorrow is actually going to visit the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, with NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman, who's doing a tremendous job. And the president is going to award the Congressional Space Medal of Honor to the Artemis II crew, who, of course, had a historic feat earlier this year under this president's tenure. And he'll talk about one of his most historic accomplishments from his first term, the establishment of Space Force. So president will raise some money tonight. Tomorrow, he'll go back to the business of being president and joining the great astronauts and engineers and employees at the NASA Space Center in Houston, Texas. I know he looks forward to the trip.
And I know he sat down with Trey Gowdy. The whole interview is going to air on Sunday. But here's a clip on the president talking about the midterms.
There's a theory that I get the vote. You know, I see it all the time, that when Trump's on the ballot, they win. When he's out of the ballot, the people don't go to vote. And I'm asking the people through your brilliant show, #1 show, I'm asking the people to go out and vote, pretend I'm on the ballot. If they go out and vote, we're going to win. And if we don't, our country's going to be in sad shape because we're going to go through a lot of things.
And part of that, Karoline, is winning is spending, too. The president's got this award chest, which he earned every cent of it by doing an endless amount of fundraisers. How much is he looking to spend in Texas to try to save Ken Paxton?
Well, I don't have an exact dollar figure for you. I still am a government employee here at the White House today, but I to spend money to ensure Republicans get over the finish line. I also know he's going to be out there traversing the country, meeting with everyday Americans and campaigning on behalf of the great Republican candidates across the board. What your audience needs to remember is what this president and Republicans in Congress have done. The largest middle-class tax cuts in American history. No tax on tips for our workers, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for our seniors. That's putting more money in your pockets today. And Democrats voted against every single one of those policies. So they want to talk about affordability. They voted to raise your taxes. They voted against the largest middle-class tax cuts in American history. Look at our border. The president inherited a mess, a wide-open border from the Democrats and the Biden administration. He sealed it on day one. We are deporting violent, illegal alien criminals from this country. The Democrats are complete radicals on this issue. They want to open our prisons, abolish our police, and keep our borders wide open to countries and criminals all over this world. So there's a huge contrast on the ballot, and you're going to continue to hear the president drive that contrast and travel across the country.
So, Karoline, we're still in the middle of this conflict with Iran. What is the latest on the ground? How are the negotiations? It looks like it's maximum pressure economically there. Could we see a return, though, to combat operations?
Well, right now we're focused on Operation Economic Outcast, which Secretary Bessent announced this week, crippling sanctions on the Iranian regime and their economy, which we already know is in free fall. They are in a devastating place. Inflation is over 100%. They can't pay their police. They can't pay their military. They're in a very weakened position already. And now Secretary Bessent and the president are continuing to pull every economic lever. And of course, this follows Operation Epic Fury, which was hugely successful in diminishing the Iranian regime's military, completely wiping out their Navy, their Air Force, and really crippling their military infrastructure. What President Trump's #1 goal has been and will always be is to ensure that Iran can never obtain a nuclear weapon, period. And so we've had Operation Epic Fury to destroy their military. Now we have Operation Economic Outcast to destroy their economy. No negotiations are happening right now, and this will continue until the president feels that maybe they come to the table in a meaningful way. We have not seen that yet, but of course, that's at the discretion of the president. As commander-in-chief, he of course continues to retain all options on the table, and the naval blockade continues to be in effect as well, which has proven hugely successful. The United States is essentially controlling the Strait of Hormuz, which remains open thanks to President Trump and the United States military.
This morning when we woke up, we saw that, or actually yesterday, that devastating the waters running through Nepal. We have a lot of Americans there. 65 are missing, 65 Americans. And I know that Marco Rubio said the U.S. State Department's ready to provide emergency humanitarian assistance. How will we be involved in this? What can we do?
Yes, well, I spoke to the State Department this morning, and they have rescued a handful of Americans, and we will continue to do that. The U.S. Embassy in Nepal is in close contact with local authorities on the ground, and of course, the Secretary himself is closely monitoring this. I spoke to him about it yesterday. We've offered our help and our assistance, but of course, the first priority for this president and for Secretary Rubio will always be Americans, and so we're focused on rescuing every American that we possibly can. We're already, of course, doing that. As I said, we've rescued a handful thus far, and that effort will continue.
So I want to talk about data centers. It's one of the hottest political issues that caught many people by surprise in the midterm elections. You have even Republican governors putting a pause on this. The President of the United States is firmly backing data centers. What is the message for those people who want to win the AI race, but yet are concerned about the data centers in their neighborhood?
Well, what President Trump said recently when gaggling, I think it was on Air Force One when we were headed to South Carolina, he said that each candidate across the board needs to listen to the constituents in their community and speak on this with respect to what their constituents in their community wants. If a community wants a data center to be built, President Trump and Republicans believe that is a good thing for that community. It's going to bring jobs. Thanks to the president, he has signed a historic ratepayer protection pledge with all of these AI companies and data companies that they are going to pick up the bill for the electricity that is built in these communities so that the everyday Americans living there will not have to foot the bill and front the cost. That's, again, a historic, noble agreement that only this president could think of and then implement. And so we already have that in place. And the president and Republicans want to leave it up to to Americans in these communities. If they want a data center built, the president believes that's a good thing. We can't lose this race to China and to our competitors across the board. America must remain dominant in the AI race. It is the future. I think the American people understand that, and this president certainly does.
100%. Karoline, so this is your final day, and we wanted to take a moment to reflect and go down memory lane. Here's from the first day of you being at the podium. Let's watch.
We expect you to cover that, as you should, Caitlin, but you and your network know that you take every single thing this administration says and tries to use it to make the president look bad. You're a left-wing hack. You're not a reporter. You're posing in this room as a journalist, and it's so clear by the premise of your question. And so if there were peaceful protests on Saturday for the military parade, President Trump would allow that. Of course the president supports peaceful protests. What a stupid question. My first reaction when seeing former President Biden was speaking tonight was I'm shocked that he is speaking at nighttime. I have thought his bedtime was much earlier.
There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back.
It's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country. I gave a quote to one of the media outlets in this room yesterday that Democrats behaving like children would be the least surprising thing of the night. And unfortunately, that quote did turn out to be true. He looks forward to watching the game tonight, and we look forward to the United States beating our soon-to-be 51st state, Canada.
What do you think, Karoline?
Oh man, good times, great memories. There's nothing like stepping before that podium, and I'll just tell you, I'm so grateful to the president for believing in me and giving me the chance to do it. So many people told him when he was considering me for this job, after of course I worked for him on his historic 2024 campaign, that I was too young, and he ignored all the doubters and he gave me a chance, and I am forever grateful to him for that. He is not only the best president our nation has ever had, but he is the best boss. And I'm just so grateful that he understands my decision to leave this amazing job, but to spend more time with my kids and just love him. There will never be another like him, that's for sure.
Oh, well, Karoline, we are so happy for you. You've done a great job. You're the youngest press secretary ever, so you made history and you handled it with grace. Karoline, we do have a special guest. We want to bring in someone that knows what you're going through. We have our very own Dana Perino, who was press secretary under George W. Bush, and she joins us now. Good morning.
Not even close to a comparison.
Good morning, Karoline. Hi, Dana.
Dana, I know you've said that all eyes now turn right after the midterms to the general election, and many of the White House reporters will now go on the campaign trail. So what is the challenge for the next press secretary after the midterms?
Well, I think just looking at that montage of Karoline, it's hard to explain, unless you've been in the job, it's hard to explain what it's like. But you just ran her through an interview where she could talk about any issue very fluently. You have to be, a mile wide and a mile deep on all of the issues. You also have to have the complete trust of the press, the president, and your colleagues. And then what happens when the midterms finish on November 3rd is that it's just inevitable. It's not a knock against anybody. It's just the natural way things are. The media and the public starts thinking about who's next, and they start looking over that shoulder to see who it is. You already see it in a lot of ways. So those last 2 years of any second term are very challenging for any president because, one, the attention starts to turn there. You still have a big job to do. Now, with President Trump, he'll still be able to command a lot of attention. As Karoline said, there will never be another like him. And I think that one thing that she showed is that if you had a question for Karoline about the president or the government, and you went to her and she told you the answer, you could take it to the bank because she had the access to the president and the trust of the president. And more importantly, too, I think, the trust of your colleagues. You have to be the person who can fairly represent everything that's coming in. And at her young age, to have that kind of poise, grace, wit, and grit is incredible. But also, when she's not on camera, the self-deprecation is adorable. I think that one time she told me that her older brothers are the ones that kept her grounded, and they don't think of her as press secretary, they think of her as a little sister. I kind of think of her as a little sister too, and I'm so excited for your future, Karoline.
Thank you, Dana. That's so nice. Dana's the best. She's a great mentor, great friend. She's also someone you can text at 5 a.m. and she always answers you. I will just I can personally attest to that. She's always up bright and early, just like me. Thank you, Dana.
Right. Good luck to you and your children, and of course Nick as well.
Thank you.
And Dana, of course, we know your show's coming up, America's Newsroom, at the top of the hour. We'll be watching every minute.
Thank you.
Karen,
no, we will not be watching any minute.
What are you going to miss most?
Oh, man. I mean, I'll miss it all. Definitely being behind the podium. But of course, as I said, I'll continue to serve the president just on the outside, and we'll continue to fight for him and Republicans across the board and cheer him on every step of the way over the next 2 years. And hope he'll still let me on Air Force One from time to time to travel with him across the country too, just as a friend now. But of course, I'm gonna miss this job. I mean, it is the job of a lifetime. And again, I'm just so grateful for it all. And it's a bittersweet day here, but there's still work to be done. So I gotta go back to my office, and he'll be working me till the very last minute today. That I know.
Did you give him a recommendation on who he should pick to replace you?
Well, of course, we've spoken about it. One thing I'll say is there's no shortage of applications. There's a lot of people who want this job, a lot of capable people who want this job, and I've given my advice to the president on what he should look for, and I'll continue to do that until he makes a decision. Ultimately, it has to be his decision to make. Press secretary and the president, you spend a lot of time together. It has to be someone he trusts fully, and I know he'll make the right decision at the right time, and I'll be here to help him if he continues to want me to do so.
Well, Karoline, you did a fantastic job. We'll forward to talking to you again.
Thanks, Karoline.
Thank you, Karoline. Wow, what a great person. And we don't have anybody yet that's going to be the replacement. She is advising lots of applications. I wonder if Alex Jones put in an application, Shady Group.
I'm sure he did. I mean,
Answer the question.
I remember
Answer the question.
It was imminent that it was going to be Alex Jones as the press secretary. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah,
I apologize for that.
That was a psyop, wasn't it?
It absolutely was. I mean, it's interesting that they go all the way back to Perina. Why didn't they bring out McEnany? You know, it's like it's just very funny the way that this. I hope that Karoline doesn't find her way over there to that pit of vipers.
Yeah,
Fox.
I agree.
Just go on your own. Don't go over there and take a job from these backbiting. Golly.
So I had a epiphany. This is it just hit me, Shady.
I heard something hit me earlier.
It just hit me, and it just hit me.
It just hit me, Shady Grove. And what it is, we were talking about that, the Chinese hackers, Shady Grove, that hacked the government agencies, and the group was called QTFY. And it just hit me. Could that mean, let me get my thing here, Shady Grove, because I got to do Q team yourselves? Is that what it could be? QTFY, Q team yourselves?
I have no idea, but that's as good a guess as any.
Well,
and it just hit me, and
it just hit me. And I asked it as a question, but it's very interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you that I just had an epiphany, Shady Groove, last night. This morning,
just hit it.
Like a stop sign and a weather reporter. This is also awesome. President Trump posted this clip from Johnny MAGA. Check it out, Shady.
This one. Okay. The president Republicans most admire. It's a historic comparison. A majority of Republicans say, 53% say he's the Republican president they most admire. Ronald Reagan, who traditionally has won that match. Donald Trump nearly triples up on this. Reagan at just 18%. And then Abraham Lincoln, who by most historic accounts is the greatest president of all time. But Republicans say that the president that they most admire by, what is this? This is 6-7 times as many. Donald John Trump at 53%, easily crushing Abe Lincoln at 8%. And the Elon poll showed that he was the greatest president as well, Donald Trump.
Like this slide might end up on a printout.
Yeah, he'll print it out on his desk. I love that slide too. Interesting. Lincoln has always won that poll. And here we go. President Donald Trump at 53. Where are you gonna? Well, I'm at 18%, Shady. And Lincoln is at 8%. Pretty wild. Trump is the GOAT, greatest of all time.
So listen, you say that greatest of all time, but in reality, why? Why is he the greatest of all time?
I know why.
Because he broke a system that didn't serve us. That's why he's the greatest of all time. Nothing else that he has done matters as much as what he has done for us to break the grip of the two-party system. I don't care how you want to characterize it. We've occupied a political party. The GOP is the MAGA was effectively a successful parasite to take over the GOP. It's now MAGA. There's no all of the relics of the past of the neocon agenda and all of this project for a new American century. All these ideas. Remember, these things are pushed forward by ideology. Ideology that they were pushing forward has a globalist end game. Problem, reaction, solution. You understand where the ideology fits into that scenario. This is introducing a different ideology. You've broken a system that didn't serve us, and you're showing the people that there is a way to serve you. It's just not through the channels that these people were putting in front of you. It's a different process. It's a different way. It's a different things that you have to do to implement success. They're implementing disaster and ruin and demise on purpose. It's intentional. What is it? Decline is intentional. So it's a choice. Look at this. So we're choosing something else together. And these people, I saw the video yesterday, Jeff, of Ted Cruz acting like he wants to be the president one day and saying, and he's talking about it like, oh, Trump is a 1 in a million, a one-off, and Trump's going to be gone one day. Dude, MAGA is not going away. You're not going to be able to compete with what it is that Donald Trump's agenda is going forward, guys. It's like the neocon stuff is gone. InfoWars is gone. That's why we say InfoWars is dead, because the doom and gloom nature of what it is won't be able to exist in the vacuum of a golden age.
That's right. I want to give a shout out to 17 Patriots for Truth too, Shady Groove, because this, right? This.
And it just hit me. And
it just hit me. So Q Post 1951 says, holy moly, it just hit me. In early Q drops, Q mentioned Godfather 3, Michael Corleone is fighting the corrupt elements of the Israel. Oh, wait, no, the Vatican. The Vatican, Shady.
Oh, yeah,
in
the
Godfather
Jews.
3. Yeah, the Jews, right?
He's fighting the Jews in Godfather 3, yes. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We the people.
It's
the people.
that.
Q.
The people. The
Wow.
people make the decisions. The people are the ones that chose MAGA and not the neocons. The people didn't want the neocons. It's much like whenever you're listening to the radio, and you're hearing the number one song, but you don't like that song.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because more than likely, real people like that song. They had an artist that had a message with an agenda that they wanted everybody to absorb, and so that becomes popular. You don't really have choices.
It's funny when I say greatest of all times and you just shorten it down to GOAT, everybody actually thinks I'm calling him a goat. Stop.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's okay. We're going to let that. We're going to let that
you slide
out
this time, I guess.
No, we're going to let that play out because they will come to understand that you mean greatest of all time as a taking back the symbolism of the goat.
We can if you give the symbolism that they've foisted upon your consciousness, and you give them, you're giving them power. If you take away the symbolism and make it your own, you take away their power.
You gain it. It becomes yours. And whenever they do crazy things like lie about you, that gives you power. Whenever they do things like hate you, like all of these people, all these flinch soldiers that hate the MG show, you know why the MG show survived? Not only was it just because of you, it was because of their hate. Their hate perpetuates us forward because something happens in the heart of a man that hates something. The opposite. That's what happens every single time. That's why you are instructed to not hate, because that is effectively that is a trap. That makes you what it is you project you don't like.
Yeah. I want to show this too, because Dan Scavino posted this last night. If you haven't been to the Marine Barracks, Washington, for their evening parade, you're missing out. Truly an unforgettable evening celebrating the dedication, heritage, and the warfighting lethality of our nation's Marines. Let's check it out.
Let's go. Sounds amazing.
And I was born at 2:52 in the morning. Yay. This is spectacular, guys. Follow the leader.
So if you're in the podcast, we're watching. Go to rumble.com/MG show. We're watching the U.S. Marines evening parade, they call it. Wow, look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
Right over the back.
Wow.
That's sweet.
So beautiful. Now, that was posted at 8:05 p.m. And so we're going to go to 20:05, Shady Groove.
Mm-hmm.
Has POTUS made a statement since being elected that didn't end up being proven factually true?
Nope.
Everything stated by POTUS will be made public. Are we seeing D-class?
We are.
Follow the leader. Focus here. The ICIG declined to comment. And they declined to comment on Gohmert doubles down after FBI dismisses claim of Clinton server hack. Pretty interesting, Shady Grove, to say the least. But I just got to tell you, follow the leader. That kind of gave me follow the leader vibes. You know, it looked like the one guy was watching the presentation and then had to check the weapon of the you know, the guy did his moves, right, that he needed to do for the ceremony. And then he put his weapon over to the leader. The leader checked it out, made sure it was good, and threw it back to him. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
It's pretty amazing to understand that what we have in America is the most lethal military ever assembled on planet Earth. And what's been going on is the intentional dismissing, deteriorating, dummying down, playing down, acting like we don't have the technology, acting like we can't do this, we can't do that, we need to lead from behind, all of this different crazy stuff. The American people never chose that. The American people always chose excellence. We always chose having the best people to represent us. And then something happened. The education system was corrupted and your minds were corrupted to accept less than best. Whatever reason that is, you started giving trophies to the guy that finished last. You started saying that everybody has to participate. Everybody's a winner. All of these different things. That's nonsense. You can't do that. You can't have a society based on merit whenever you're not willing to point out and highlight merit and also point out how you screwed it up. Whenever you screw something up, you should be chastised for screwing it up, not because you're a terrible person, so that you remember how to do it better the next time. Just like whenever you were a kid, you would screw it up, you would get punished, and then you would straighten up, or you would keep screwing up and you would get punished more, or you would leave the situation so that you could screw up all on your own. Regardless of that, America gives you the choice for any of it, but at the government level, guys, we should at least agree that excellence in government would better serve us than what we currently have.
Yeah. And again, going back to the 2005, 805, 2005, follow the leader. So who were we telling everybody to follow? General Flynn, right?
No.
Alex Jones?
Nope.
Candace Owens?
Nope.
InfoWars?
Mm-mm.
Trump?
Yes.
Who's the leader?
Trump.
Follow the leader.
Yes. It's not hard, but they want to distract you. You see, because whenever your mind is sitting there idle and you don't have something to look at and you're scrolling, then you start to read these idiots. They're writing mini fiction novels on X. Effectively, you know, it's like I'd like to take us back to 140 characters. I was doing just fine with 140 characters. Like this whole thing with like what you're allowed to publish now. I mean, it's like wall o text after wall o text. I'm not reading that crap, people. Like you're just placating to the idiots out there.
Sorry.
I'm not talking to you, but I might be talking to you.
All right. Well, great.
You used to do a thread. Now it's all in one thing for everybody.
Because nobody sees underneath the thread.
I understand that because nobody sees us in general because they don't want our information out there. So I was not talking to you.
He was talking about me, Mikey.
I was talking about the people that are. I'm not talking about the people giving me good information. I'm talking about the people giving me bad information.
Mikey!
Oh, my God. I really
apologize for that.
Thank God it's Thursday and not Tuesday. I only got one more day to deal with this.
I wish it was Friday.
I do, too.
Oh, my goodness, Shady.
We got a long week still ahead of us.
Lake America, Shady.
I want Lake America.
So this is Lake Ontario
I don't see it.
in Canada and in the United States. But we're going to make a little change. We're going to call it something in Lake Ontario. We're going to call it Lake America. And all it takes is a good pen and some intelligence. Lake Ontario, that's gone.
Lake.
America.
We don't deserve him.
Look at him.
Oh, he's so crazy.
So now we have a lake. Now we have a Gulf. Because we have the Gulf of America, now we have Lake America.
No of.
Without the of. Thank you very much.
So it's very interesting, Shady Grip, that he says without the of. Because one of the biggest things in this movement is everybody says 10 days of darkness. Mm-hmm. It's 10 days, period, darkness, period. Next line. Mm-hmm. I thought that was kind of neat. For me, that was just, it just hit me.
It just hit him. Like, there's a lot of those today, guys. It's coming down. It's coming down the line.
I'm being hit a lot.
Yeah, I know. We're going to have to get you probably to the ER at some point because you're going to need to get bandaged up.
Yeah. I'm going to get your ER. I'm
going to get that long.
All right, so a new arm. Did you hear about the arm man? We reported on it a little bit yesterday, but we got he was arrested at Trump's LA golf course. Shady, 208 pages of notes, golf course sketches. He had Secret Service names and schedules, and he even had Melania's itinerary. Shady. He was a Marine vet, Janine, John, Tail, Shady Grove.
Hormone blockers, or
he's a transgender ex-Marine vet, and he was actually ruled mentally unfit yesterday, and bail revoked. His next hearing is on September 9th. Let's check it out.
I don't care if he's mentally unfit.
Fox News alert. We just got a major update on the guy showed up at Trump's golf course with a gun. Chief Washington correspondent Mike Emanuel has the details. Mike.
Where's the deets, Mike?
Revelations from the notebooks of an armed suspect arrested at President Trump's Los Angeles golf course. Authorities say that includes the First Lady's schedule and hundreds of pages on Secret Service agents and sketches of the course. The suspect is Janine John Tail, 38 years old, a decorated veteran from Downey, California. Tail appeared before Judge John Lonergan in Los Angeles.
In a dress.
Today, Tail was wearing a suicide smock for the preliminary hearing. That's what
not a suicide smock.
New details about his arrest on July 31st. The judge calling the allegations against Tail, quote, alarming in this day and age with the violence that is creeping into our everyday lives, especially with the partisanship with the political climate. Prosecutors say Tail had several notebooks with 208 pages of drawings, lists of Secret Service schedules, details of individual security members, and copies of Melania Trump's schedule. He had also allegedly done research about, quote, going off the grid. Tail is charged in a federal criminal complaint with possession of an unregistered short-barreled rifle. That charge could earn him up to 10 years behind bars. He also faces a range of state charges as well. The rifle was recovered in a search of his home, along with a 9mm pistol, body armor, high-capacity magazines, radios, and a gold badge. After being detained for taking photos and video of security while wearing an earpiece ahead of President Trump's visit. The suspect pleading not guilty. He's being held on $250,000 bail as the FBI, Secret Service, and ATF still work to figure out his motive. Jesse?
Thanks for the update, Mike. Appreciate it.
You bet.
I'm not sure what his motive would be. What? I mean, what is his motive?
I would imagine that his
stochastic terrorism?
No, I was thinking it was bringing flowers.
Well, it's stochastic terrorism.
Oh, well, that would make a lot more sense.
People are like on drugs and they're like mental, Shady Groove. It's getting ridiculous. Okay, I mean it's all these trans people shooting up schools now. This
drugs. It's the drugs. It's and it was the drugs before look at some of the actual ingredients in these hormone blockers and different things that they're feeding to trans people that call themselves trans, and look at the similarities between things like antidepressants. It's the same exact types of stuff, guys. They're mixing things in there. So they're mixing in the emotion drugs with the sex drugs, and then they're probably putting in some Viagra to supercharge you. I mean, like, it's crazy what the concoctions that they are. It's like worse than anything you could ever imagine, and it twists your brain up. Oh, and then you've got this guy that's perfectly prescribed these medications. And Jeff, he happens to end up with the 208 sketches and Melania's itinerary. Like, okay, how does 1 + 1 equal 2 on that?
And we'll be right back after these beautiful boom messages.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20% and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, it's Jeffrey Peterson and Shannon Townsend with the MG Show. We are under relentless attack by the mainstream media. They've got our PayPal, our Patreon, our YouTube, our everything, you name it. We are under attack. We need your help.
Our request is for you to get involved and support independent patriot journalism here in this critical battle that we are in for America. Please jump on over and support us right here on Give, Send, Go.
MyPillow's second annual mega sale is finally here. Get our patented premium MyPillows that adjust to your exact individual needs to give you the best sleep of your life.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
Now for the lowest price ever. Kings, $19.98. Queens, only $18.98. And Giza Dream bed sheets, the best sheets in history, for as low as $29.98. Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets, towels that actually dry you. What a concept. Now only $39.98. And our made in the USA mattresses and mattress toppers as low as $99.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But that's not all. Order right now and we'll ship your order absolutely free.
The MG Show, where psyops go to die.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's true. You heard correctly. This summer, the Q Lounge Live returns to the airwaves every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Hello, I'm your host, Shannon Townsend, a.k.a. Shady Groove. And we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to be taking your calls. We are going to be following your wonderful president. We are going to be standing in the gap. We are going to go places where the conspiracy theorists tell you that you're not allowed to go. We are going to uncover the truth and follow along as Donald Trump has his way with all of these people that he stood up a long time ago and told us that he was going to. Well, it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening every single day, and we're going to keep you updated with a weekly show. Get ready, get your friends, show up. That's right, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Join me there right here on the MG Show channel on Rumble. God bless you and God bless America.
Smash that like for the MG Show. Subscribe now. Ring that bell. Let's go. Smash that like for the MG Show. Yeah. Let's go.
gentlemen, from the heart of the Republic, the MG Show presents Future Proves Past! Back in the days when the drops first fell, whispers of truth rang the freedom bell. They laughed in the papers, they mocked on the stage, said nothing to see while they locked up the page. But clocks kept ticking and secrets grew thin. The future walked in with a knowing grin. Future proves past, the writing was clear. Every last drop is ringing right here. Q for the patriots, Trump for the fight. MG Show keeping the lantern alight. Future proves past, the truth won't be denied. America's rising, the storm's on our side. From deep in the shadows, the players were named. The swamp and the brokers, the ones who were framed. They built their cathedrals of power and pride. But the people woke up and the curtains drew wide. One man stood tall when the odds looked the worst. The future looked back and the past was reversed. Future proves past, the writing was clear. Every last drop is ringing right here. Q for the patriots, Trump for the fight. MG Show keeping the lantern alight. Future proves past, the truth won't be denied. America's rising, the storm's on our side. They said it was crazy, they said it was done, but the calendar turned and the proof had begun. Every time stamp, every name that was called, the future delivered, the past was installed. Future proves past, future proves past. The writing was clear, the writing was clear. Every last drop is ringing right here. Q for the patriots, Trump for the fight. MG Show keeping the lantern alight. Future proves past, stand up and decide. America's rising, the storm's on our side. Future proves past.
Wow.
Show goes on.
Yes, it does, guys. Yes, it does. Oh, my goodness. I cannot stand YouTube.
I don't like the YouTube go autoplay.
You can find all of the MG Show videos on our YouTube channel. Just go to playlists and look for MG Music. That's where it's at. You cannot forget Shitty Groove. You cannot forget MG Music Radio, guys. MG Radio, guys. It's awesome.
It is awesome, and it is growing. It's growing really quickly, and all of the songs are so creative and so amazing and so much fun. Like I said before, walking around at night with Ted and listening to you guys talk about your experience in your life. They're writing their life stories and they're publishing songs about it. It's amazing. Jeff is showing it right there, Giddy.
Yep, right here, guys. So this is MG Music. It's your official live stream. 23 people are listening. We're seeing like that about an average. This is Patience. Let's get him up there. I've marked this one. Love it. 46 votes, 38 love. Here it is. This is Tartanium, Scottish Anon right here in our Rumble chat. He's now playing on Rumble or MG Radio, Shitty. Look at that.
Yeah, he's going to be playing Turnberry tomorrow.
He is, huh? He's going to jail. He's going to jail.
What?
He's going to jail. So if you like what you hear, there are the donate options right here. You can help us out if you like what you hear. Thank you. Also, this is the listener chat. Let's say you're on the air.
Yeah, you are.
On the air.
On air.
Yeah. And you can apparently you can reply and edit. You can like laugh at it, love it, like it, whatever. Also, I think for the ratings, this actually comes in as well. Eddie Mike says, our MG crew. I love this song. I must have missed that one. But this is Patience by Scottish Anon right here in our Rumble chat. Go get the app.mg.show. That brings you to the hub where everything is where you need to go to know to what we're going on. We got the MG Radio right here. Substack, Spotify, all this stuff right here, right? Our official website. You've got MG Radio. We also have MG Arcade, Shady Grove. Joe Bag of Donuts' daughter, who's 12, got addicted to the game. We also have, where's the queue? Where can I find the queue post? There they are. We actually helped develop this site, Shady and I. And then contact us, MG Music. That's the playlist. Suno, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, MG Music. Yeah, that goes to YouTube. That shows you where the YouTube videos are, where all the
That's the playlist with the videos, MTV, MGMTV.
Yeah. So, in full disclosure, I'm going to my YouTube because I don't hear a lot of my music on there.
Yeah.
On MG Radio, because we got Poussant dominating. We got Eddie Mike dominating as well. Actually, some of Eddie Mike's songs are in these videos because we did a collab. And I just love you guys. The music that you guys are generating. Mikey said that song really hit his soul, but the music that you guys are generating are really hitting my soul in an amazing way. To see your creativity, to see you guys what you think and how you want to relate your message via music. There's memes, there's X posts and words, Substacks and all that, and then there's music. Music is another way to reach people. And if you are sick of music or have been sick of music, you want a new way to listen to patriotic music, go to app.mg.show and get on there. Get on there, Shady. Do you think there's more people down there right now?
So the thing that I was going to say was that it's just not about listening. It's about telling. It's about saying. It's about talking about. It's about explaining. It's about explaining your story.
Sorry.
It's about explaining your story and being able to have that as a relief valve. So what's going on is that you want to talk, you want to express yourself, you want to utilize your ability to speak, and no one will listen to you. Well, this is what we're trying to do. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what it is that you have inside. This doesn't have to be a story. This doesn't have to be a story about us. It doesn't have to be a story about MG. It doesn't have to be a story about anything other than something you want to tell a story about. That's the environment that we wanted to create over here. And it's absolutely amazing to walk around and listen to people talk about how they woke up, or to listen to people talk about how Donald Trump is having his way with these people, or if we listen to people talk about how it is that they plan on helping into the future, or what adversity that they overcame. You being able to get that out of you is beneficial and healthy for you also. So it's an amazing community that we're building over here.
So I just noticed a new feature here, Eddie Mike. This is the song library. Can we play a song from this library? No, we can't. Wouldn't that be great to play it?
And I know that from the you can if you can figure out where it is on the admin panel, but it's
335 songs, 46 artists pending, and I wasn't, I'm not talking about admin. I'm just talking about can I listen to any selected song? But it doesn't look like we can. But look at that, 335 Shady songs, 46 artists,
and growing.
Awesome. Yeah. And then we got pending downloads. So we got, look at that. That's amazing, guys. Eddie Mike, you're doing a great job on this. Thank you so much.
It's so fun.
And every even though Shady and I kind of said the same thing, I love it because it is. It's exactly what Shady said. It's how you guys are telling your story, and it's amazing through your eyes. I love it, Shady.
It is awesome.
Yeah. All right. So what are we doing now? What do we got?
Oh, well, it's flowing downhill. I'll tell you that right now, because every single person. We got our Bovino guy. He's out there running around on Tucker Carlson, lying through his nasty self, like lying through his teeth about saying that deportations aren't really happening and all of this woe is me crap that this little psyoper is running. So that's one thing that's going on out there.
So what do we got in our show title? What do we got going on? Did we miss something? Yeah, we missed the UNRWA Hamas thing. We're going to talk about that, and the Chinese voting machine parts, Shady Groove. Let's talk about that. How about that? Chinese voting machine parts? Because this is huge, guys. And maybe this is why they censored me. Shady.
Well, they did censor you for this.
4 CISA tweets. So this is November 8th, 2020. I named the big 3 voting machine companies, ES&S, Dominion, Hart Intercivic, and the Chinese parts inside their machines. August 24, 2026, the Secretary of Homeland Security puts the same 3 vendors on the official letterhead. The same China supply chain, same 80% market share, same risk. A part can be compromised before the machine is even assembled. They didn't ban that thread for misinformation because it was misinformation. They banned it because it was early. Now, DHS is tying federal grant money to random paper ballot audits. I wasn't crazy. We were just early. Look at this, Shady Groove. This is the report right here. Right here is the letter from Homeland Security, Mark Wayne Mullen, White House Transparency Task Force. We are in receipt of your latest request for the production of documents. We are actively identifying responsive records and reviewing for potential declass, and will continue with the rolling document production. Our initial disclosure included some documentation or documents that the White House Transparency Task Force has determined cannot be released at this time. This letter was prepared to fulfill the task force request for an unclassified overview of the relevant election infrastructure supply chain vulnerabilities. Recently declassified records, including a 2024 ODNI annual threat assessment, concluded that, quote, China remains the most active and persistent cyber threat to U.S. government, private sector, and critical infrastructure networks. Beijing's cyber espionage pursuits and its industry's exports of surveillance, information, and communication technologies increase the threats of aggressive cyber operations against the United States and the suppression of the free flow of information in cyberspace. A National Intelligence Council memorandum from October 2024 stated, quote, we assess that some of the U.S. adversaries, at minimum China, Iran, and Russia, have the technical capability to access some of the U.S. election-related network systems. You notice Venezuela's not on there, Shady?
I do.
The declass of these documents and other documentation supports the need for strong mitigation strategies, particularly considering the known weakness in the election infrastructure supply chain. Voting machines, who owns the voting machines, right? Remember the Q post? This is all tying it all in together, guys. Voting machines with components manufactured by foreign adversaries introduce a significant security risks. These vulnerabilities mean that malicious actors could potentially compromise election infrastructure at any stage of the supply chain, even before the machines are assembled or deployed. If a component is tampered with during manufacturing, it could serve as the point of entry for hackers, allowing the possibility of synchronized attacks across multiple machines and jurisdictions. Unfortunately, the voting system industry, like other sectors of critical infrastructure, is impacted by the fact that some necessary components cannot be sourced from domestic manufacturers. So vendors are dependent on foreign suppliers. 9 voting system vendors are used in U.S. elections. 3 of those vendors are ES&S, Hart Intercivic, and Dominion make up more than 80% of the market share. Representatives from each of those vendors have acknowledged that their voting machines have parts made in China. When testifying before members of Congress, representatives from these vendors detailed universal reliance on foreign-made parts, and then President and CEO of Dominion stated, quote, voting system manufacturers would be challenged to source certain product hardware components from outside of China. In some cases, there are simply no alternative suppliers, end quote. Representatives from ES&S similarly stated in some instances that there is no accountability to procure from alternative component suppliers. Some components are sole source, protected by a patent, and or intricate to the design of the circuit or sub-assembly. Acknowledging the United States' reliance on components and parts that originate from countries accused of committing cyber attacks against the United States, representatives from Hart Intercivics requested, quote, additional guidance and best practices on supply chain security from DHS.
There is no question that election security is a national security, guys. Under the leadership of President Trump, Mark Wayne Mullen has directed the Department of Homeland Security to prioritize election security. Electronic voting systems have one job: to accurately count the votes on ballots. The Homeland Security Grant Program requires states to trust but verify the results produced by the voting machines to receive full grant awards. States must demonstrate that they have conducted random post-election manual counts of paper ballots to ensure that the errors or manipulation is detected. This is in addition to the numerous other actions being taken across DHS components to secure election infrastructure. It is an honor to support President Trump's mission to have the most transparent administration in history, and I appreciate the work of the White House Transparency Task Force. We look forward to declass of additional records so the American people can better understand all of the ways my department works to protect the homeland. Sincerely, Mark Wayne Mullen, Secretary of Homeland Security. Shady. Wow.
Yeah. So that you can understand clearly why it is we're going to be getting rid of these machines. Yeah. I mean, effectively, at the end of the day, that's the conversation that we really need to be having. There's really no reason to have the conversation about, how are they getting the illegal person's ballot into the machine? Well, they wouldn't be able to get the illegal person's ballot into a paper ballot voting booth. They wouldn't be able to cheat if we had non-voting booth or non-electronic voting. So I think that this is you either figure out a way to get the Chinese parts out and American parts in, or you deem the machines faulty and get rid of them.
When was the 2020 election? Do you remember? Was it the 3rd?
2020? No, yeah. I think it was like a later date, wasn't it? Wasn't like the 5th or the 7th or something?
Remember the 5th of November?
2020?
Yes. When was the 2020 election? November 3rd, 2020.
Okay.
So I did this thread 4 days after, right? I'm like, oh my God. But I was compiling it pretty quickly because we saw the glitch, right? We saw the glitch on TV. They even said it was a glitch. Okay. And this is the thread that I did. And I was very heavily censored for this as well. This is fraction magic. We talked about that. This is the take California example, decimals, right? Open the thread. They're using decimals, guys, in the vote counts. It's kind of crazy. 0.4%, 0.7%.
There's no such thing as a point anything of a vote.
That's right. And, fraction match. So I went, look at this. I called it all out. Look at this. The election software system in Michigan that switched 6,000 votes from Trump to Biden is called Dominion, Shady. 30 states, including Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Georgia, Pennsylvania. Every single major swing state, Shady.
So I got Rochelle asks, do you really believe that Oregon will get rid of their voting machines? Highly unlikely. Oregon doesn't have voting machines. Oregon is all 100% mail in. Like there's no voting day. There's no voting machines. It's completely done through the mail. And they've been doing that for almost 20 years.
So look what I said. Communist Chinese parts, hidden ownership, growing security inside America's biggest maker of voting machines. I posted this on November 7th, 2020.
And then here comes the horde of Flinians to tell us it's not that, it's something else. Devolution.
Right. And, NBC also reported
PCAPs.
Okay. Yeah, PCAPs, right? All this stuff. Hammer and scorecard.
Dennis Montgomery.
Yeah.
So, been shopping that crap around for years.
I'm pretty proud. So this is ES&S, Denver-based Dominion, Austin, Texas-based Hart. All of them right here. All of them. Boom. I called it out. No wonder I was censored, Shady.
Yeah, no wonder we were targeted. We weren't, at this point, it's not censored. We were targeted for removal.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, the whole thing, because we were seeing something coming out of Q that the spin doctors couldn't spin it into. They couldn't spin what we were saying it was. They were doing an okay job spinning what it was into something else, but they weren't going to be able to do a good job getting us to spin things their way whenever it came down to brass tacks, like especially what we've uncovered with this Western Goals Foundation's connections to America's future, the beginning of the CIA, understanding the network, understanding the operations. You want to talk about the people you want to talk about the wool or the foxes in the hen house. Let's talk about General Flynn's trafficking organizations and networks. And he's out there saying that he's the number one protector of humanity from raging pedophiles.
Shady. Oh my God.
Revelation.
Guess what's happening?
Tell me.
Trump is speaking.
Let's go.
Guess what he's doing?
Talking about vote fraud.
Lake America.
Oh, he's signing the order already?
Let's go see. Here we go. Check it out.
Live. He's coming on live? Thank you, sir. What an honor.
You all set?
We're all set.
We're set.
Thank you.
You got the pen, sir?
The stock market just hit another all-time high. That's the 81st time during a brief 1.5 years. And 401ks, likewise, they're at an all-time high. So millions and millions of people are benefiting from this incredible economy that we're creating. We're building right now a record number of plants, factories. Car companies are moving back, as you know. Honda announced and Toyota announced they're moving in from Mexico. They're coming here. And numerous plants are coming in from Canada. They'll be announced shortly, but numerous plants are coming in to the United States from Canada. Also Japan, South Korea, and Germany. So we're doing things that nobody's ever done before. But the stock market just hit.
Do you see it, Shady?
81 times.
I do.
You see it?
Year and a half.
I do.
It's all-time high again.
Make the Great Lakes even greater.
Darlene Graham on her tremendous victory on Tuesday night, and she's sailing now. She's really doing great. She's still got to run against a radical left lunatic, and the South Carolina people are not going to stand for that. I know South Carolina very well. I won it every time by record numbers, have the all-time record by millions of votes. But I just want to congratulate Darlene for having run really a great race, and she's going to be a great senator, and the people love her. There's something about her that's very special. She's got a little Lindsay in there somewhere, got good genetics. So Lindsay's looking down very, very happy and very proud of her sister. So congratulations, Darlene. And finally, I guess the purpose of this more than anything else is we're going to be changing the name of Lake Ontario, effective immediately, to Lake America. That's going to take place right now as I sign the order. Do you have anything to say about it?
Yes, sir. So this is a straightforward but important executive order. It directs Secretary Burgum and the Department of the Interior to update the Geographic Names Information Service to reflect that the lake once known as Lake Ontario will, from this day forward, be known as Lake America. This is a lake that has most of its volume in the United States. The deepest parts of the lake sit in United States territory, so this will reflect that this is an American lake.
Thank you. Okay.
Better get to work out there changing those signs next to that water.
Doug Burgum's on top of it, bro. It's probably
no
already
more
in
Lake
play.
Ontario in. It's Lake America.
Lake America, dude. I love the sound of that Sharpie.
I know.
Thank you very much.
Done.
And we filed all the
D-U-N.
papers, documents, everything else. We notified all of the various people that we have to notify. So we've done everything that you have to do. And this is official, effective.
That's true, Booty.
Immediately. Do you have any questions, anybody?
Mr. President.
Yes.
That video yesterday, crossing out Lake Ontario and writing Lake America, it's been seen by about 30 million people, maybe more, across all the social media platforms. What message are you sending to Canada with this move today, and why
would change the name of the lake?
It's an interesting question. No message. As you know, Canada's been ripping us off for a long time on trade, very sadly. Even the military, we defend Canada for nothing. We don't get anything. They don't pay us to defend Canada, but we defend Canada. And they understand that. As an example, we bought icebreakers. They'd like to use them. We have 11 brand new icebreakers coming in. They'd like to use the icebreakers. They don't pay for anything. And they want to be treated like a state, but they're not a state. But they want to be treated like they're a state. And so we just can't do that anymore. We lose, on average, over the last 15 years, $60 billion a year carrying Canada. So we just can't do it anymore. We love the people of Canada. I don't think their representatives do an appropriate job. Maybe they'll change. I really don't know. I mean, it doesn't make much difference. But we can't let the whole Canadian thing that's been going on for decades, and it has to come to a stop. So we're going to be doing tariffs on their cars that are coming in at a substantial level, because we want to make the cars here. We don't want if they can make their own cars if they want, and they can continue to make their cars for Canada. But we don't want them to make cars for the United States of America. It's very simple. Likewise, many other products. So the lake change, Lake of America, was something I've been thinking about for a long time, actually. As you know, we took something called the Gulf of Mexico, and we changed it, and now routinely the Gulf of
Ocean's
America.
next, Shady Groove. Let's go.
Think about it.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
A Gulf, and we have
I want to live on
a lake. Now
the American Ocean.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Change the name of the Atlantic and/or the Pacific.
Yeah! He said it, Shady. Wait a second. Wait.
What the hell just happened?
Wait.
Oh, my God.
Let's listen. Check it out.
A Gulf, and we have a lake. Now all we need is an ocean. So maybe we'll have to change the name of the Atlantic and/or the Pacific. Maybe we'll change them both.
Yesterday.
We were saying both too because they all connected, right? You were saying that. Oh my God!
I said that it's not an Indian Ocean, a Pacific Ocean, or an Atlantic Ocean. It's an America Ocean. It's one body of water. It's all connected. I said if you're in your bathtub, is the part of the water in the front of the bathtub different than the part of the water that you're in? No, it's the same body of water.
Press 47 if you love your president. I mean,
are they listening to us? What the hell?
What is going on? All right,
oh my God! I'm like dictating policy.
Here we go.
Wow.
Why are you so focused on doing things like this towards America's allies instead of doing things that target adversaries?
The Canadian officials have treated us very badly. They're nasty people. They charge our farmers 400% tariffs. They've been doing it for a long time. And I had them figured out in my first term, and I did some pretty strong things and had it getting pretty good. And then the election was rigged, and now I'm coming back and doing it the way and finishing the job. But they treat us very badly. Canada treats us very badly. I would say that of all countries, as you know, we have President Xi coming in a couple of weeks. We deal with a lot of people. People oftentimes, they'll ask me, who's the worst to deal with on trade? And I said, that's easy, Canada. They are the worst to trade, and they feel entitled, and just we can't have that.
Mr. President, Ted Cruz keeps teasing a 2020 presidential run. You run against him for president. Do you think he could be president? What's your reaction to that?
You say he's going to run? Or?
He's teasing he's talking about it.
You don't mean 2020, but you mean
2028.
Yeah. I would say that he's very talented. He's a very good friend of mine. I think he might do that, yeah.
Mr. President,
he's a talented guy.
Mr. President, what's your reaction for it?
What would you say to those who are concerned a trade dispute with Canada could affect American affordability ahead of midterms?
Well, ultimately, it's going to be very
that we don't care. They're full of it.
Because we're losing, when you talk about affordability, we're losing $62 billion a year on average with Canada. And if you really look at it, we're losing more than that. It's too much. It's too much. We can't lose that. We don't want to lose that. We don't want to lose it anymore.
Mr. President, why has Putin agreed or committed to not attacking a NATO territory?
I've had good talks with him. He's not going to be attacking a NATO territory.
Mr. President, what's your reaction to the latest on the... Court earlier this week ruled on mail-in ballots, and there are states like North Carolina that have ballots that go out next week. How are states supposed to implement this?
Well, they're able to. North Carolina is great. It's a great place. I won it all 3 times. They do some mail-in ballots, but basically they ruled on the legitimacy and the way we want to make them legitimate. And it was a great ruling for the Republicans.
Why do you keep voting by mail, sir? You say it's a concern.
Deliver a warning to Russia not to attack NATO territory during his...
Well, I don't want to comment on that, but they're not going to attack.
Mr. President,
what's your reaction to the Americans missing in Nepal?
It's terrible. No, and we've called Nepal and we've offered any help that they need. We have a very good relationship with Nepal, and that was that was mud and water as a mixture. Nobody's ever seen anything quite like that. We're very powerful, strong, well-built buildings were wiped out like they were toothpicks. That's a terrible thing. No, we are sending aid. And we've spoken to the leadership, and we let them know anything they want, we'll have. And there were 50, maybe 60 Americans over there. We haven't gotten the full list yet, but hopefully they're okay, but that looks like something that somebody will be lost, unfortunately.
There is reports that Vladimir Putin is meeting with the president of Iran to talk about a nuclear agreement next week. Is there concern in the administration, in the White House, that these countries aren't taking economic D-Day seriously, that they're going to continue doing business with Iran despite the warnings?
Iranians right now, they're not paying their troops. They're in deep trouble. They have very little capacity. Last night we took 24 boats through the strait. We're taking them through all the time. I say it very openly. It doesn't mean we're finished with the military, but the strait is open, as you know. The Strait of Hormuz is open. We have control, and we have the blockade. Iran's not getting anything. Nothing is going through. Not one ship has gotten through.
Will you punish Putin or Russia if they continue
Well,
to do business?
It depends. So far, I think Russia's behaved quite well, having to do with the Strait of Hormuz. And you have to understand, for everything they do, we do also. You know, somebody was saying about China. What about China? We hear they're spying. We spy on them too. That's the way it goes.
Why not sanction Chinese banks, though, who are doing business?
Well, who said I'm not? You said, why not? I mean, who said I'm not? You don't know if I'm doing it. Well, I don't have to announce everything, do I?
Are you speaking to, sir, about what other leaders have you spoken to about this pressure campaign to get them to cut off ties with Iran?
About Iran? There's not a lot to speak to. We don't want to speak to them. We're not looking to meet or anything. The strait is open. We're taking a lot of boats. Millions and millions of barrels of oil are coming out of the strait every day. Other countries recognize that. Every once in a while they shoot some, they put some shots out. We totally cleared the strait we have the best minesweepers in the world. They're underwater minesweepers. And we've totally cleared the strait of mines. And we're watching very closely through Space Force, which is one of my many things. But we're watching, we see every inch of the strait. And any boat goes in with a mine, we see it. And we take it out. We've taken out 2 of them. Thank you. So I'll be going to Texas, and we're working very hard. We want to win that race. He's running against a man who should never be. We have a very good candidate, Ken Paxton, and he's running against Telefrico, they call him, because he is a little freaky, and that's not a man that represents the value of Texas. So I'm going to help Ken Paxton. And I'm going to spend a lot of time in Texas. I have the all-time highest vote in the history of Texas also. And I'm going to spend some time there. We'll be going tonight. Some of you are going with me. Thank you very much, everybody.
Wow, Shady Groove.
I'm feeling like I accomplished something.
Well, it hasn't been accomplished yet.
I know, but I already feel accomplished just because it was mentioned.
Yeah.
Because it's about a way of thinking, I think. It's about the idea of, like, how do you put America first? Well, the way you put America first is you think about America first. Whenever you see something, you're like, oh, how could we be better? How could we do that? How could we affect that and make it amplified? How could we affect that and make it more robust? How could we affect that and make more people aware of it? Like, that's exactly what America is supposed to be. So, I mean, there's no real argument that somehow the word Atlantic and Pacific is more popular than the word America. It's just not true.
Yeah, pretty crazy, guys. I want to address something here real quick on the show, Shady, and I think you'll have something to do with it too. But let me go over what I was talking about. This was a pesky little Q-proof coincidence, right? The Department of War drops this today, right? For Americans and for freedom, right? And then, that kind of ties to for freedom, right? The swamp runs deep. Sometimes you cannot tell the people the truth. You must show them. Only then at the precipice will people find the will to change, to participate. We, the people, have been betrayed for a very long time. Will you stand for God and country, for freedom, for humanity? Where we go one, we go all. Q, right? So I got a response to it from this person, Shady. And she's like, please don't take this the wrong way. And I think we need to address this because, this is, she's falling for another psyop that she, thinks. So she's saying, please don't take this the wrong way. But I have a very strong distaste for anything Q related, given the fact that one AP guys who literally held my family and me hostage were terrorized us, were literally Q adherents, okay? As were Kelly Townsend, Scott Koch, Summer Talley, and the Seattle woman Sabrina Kalioka.
What?
This leads me to believe that Q was in fact an op pushed by Flynn for his own financial gain as well as other agendas. Flynn and Powell had direct or loose ties to every one of these players. I could be wrong, but that's how it took my view. So please do not take this the wrong way. I'm not attacking people who were sincere. I'm saying I was fooled. The decoders around us were not independent researchers. They were part of the same Flynn Powell Townsend network that sent armed 1AP men to your home, isolated your family, and used as fear, right? Orders to the general. And the Q language to keep us compliant, Kelly Townsend, Scott Koch, okay, that's how the infiltration worked. I'm just trying to show her. The first, they planted the Korean Air foreign ballot story, and they said that was a Q proof. Then they believed that the justify affidavits, FISA talk, phone seizures, security team would not let us let her leave. So I'm just showing her that we were infiltrated. It's the same group, Stacey. It's the same group that infiltrated you, infiltrated Q. How hard is that to understand, Shady?
It's not really hard at all to understand. It's very, very clear to understand because the fact is that what they were doing was targeting people that they felt like had information that validated what Q or the operation was against them. So effectively, the people that you mentioned were the targets of Q. They were running a sideways campaign that was promoting themselves, and they were pretending like that they were fighting for Donald Trump. And in fact, they were raising money for themselves the whole time. And so whenever the Q drops started, the Q drops were coming out, they were spinning the Q drops to favor themselves. So they all had to understand them so that they could actually make it look like they were somehow, Flynn did this all the way from way back when, making people think that he was somehow a part of this operation once Q started tagging him. But in all reality, Q was very clear that it had nothing to do with any of those people that it was connected to. And now we can clearly see how it was exposing them. And so, you've got to kind of remove yourself from your own situation to see the forest for the trees sometimes.
That's right. And, she has her own view, and that's fine. But don't discount me because I was attacked by Hillary Clinton, Stacey. Okay? I was attacked by the Flynn group. This show was attacked. Shady was attacked by the Flynn group. We were attacked by Scott McMahon.
Saying that Epstein and Bannon are Q.
Yeah.
So is it Flynn or is it Epstein and Bannon?
Which is it?
It's neither.
Or is it really somebody close to the president because we have pictures that were never posted before on the internet?
The latter. The last thing you said. That's what it is. There's no way these people could have posted those images from Air Force One, guys. This is the bottom line. Everybody's like, oh, what do you want to do? Look, we could point to the 40 deltas. We could point to 1,000 different things to show you the mathematical impossibility that it wasn't connected to Donald Trump. But the biggest one is exactly that. Pictures directly posted to the board under the Q trip code from Air Force One, from inside the airplane. No other picture like that existed. Multiple of those pictures, even with the reflection that proves without a doubt that that picture was taken inside the airplane that was flying over North Korea when
Flynn wasn't on it.
Flynn wasn't on it. Flynn didn't even know about it until the Q drops talked about it. It's actually, whenever you mention that, that's even more interesting because Flynn. So imagine that. Imagine you're connected to the Sing Loud network that's controlling all the people in North Korea, and you've got somebody that's stepping over that network and going straight to talk to Kim Jong-un, goes out there and stands next to the person leading the country, not going through all of the bullshit channels that lead up to the leader of the country, through the generals. If you remember, Jeff, Barack Obama, George Bush, and Clinton, whenever they went to Korea, South Korea, they stood in South Korea from this massive distance looking through their binoculars. Oh, that's North Korea over there. Guess what Trump did? He flew in and walked to the border and stepped into North Korea. Think about what that does to a network that's been creating North Korea as a boogeyman. It freaks them out. They're losing control. I feel like it's not that complicated to see, but so many people make it more than it is.
Yeah. I covered Q. I was attacked by Media Matters, David Brock, okay? Campaign manager for Hillary. I was attacked by DHS and CISA. I was attacked by who else? Shady Grove. Jeez. I mean, YouTube, PayPal, Patreon. So obviously I'm wrong.
Obviously.
All right. Anyways, you can think whatever you want because you have your own story, Stacey, and that's great. But don't come at me with your misconception.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so Shady Grove, this is the last part of our title that we got to get through today.
Yes,
this is it right here. President Trump posted this today. It's pretty interesting. Let's get into it because, I read that and I wanted more information, right? So he flagged this today. The USAID Inspector General, okay, that's the USAID Inspector General report, finds more than 100 UNRWA employees that took part in Hamas's October 7th atrocities. UNRWA equals United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees and is the UN group that runs schools and aid in Gaza. They're not just hiring random staff, Shady. They were hiring principals. Let me get to the actual
Yeah, this is very interesting considering, everything that we saw happen and all the gaslighting that went on around this. It's very interesting too. You mentioned that CNN was there whenever this was all going down. CNN was also at Roger Stone's house whenever that was all going down, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
BG on the scene type stuff going on here.
This is not random staff. They hired school principals who were Hamas company commanders, okay? Teachers who were snipers. And anti-tank missile runners, a principal whose school sat on tunnels and firing positions, Shady.
Yes.
A staff who kidnapped Israelis and held hostage. The UN funded that. One UN principal already debarred for coordinated Hamas comms that day. 3 more teachers just proposed for the same U.S. blacklist. The UNRWA wasn't infiltrated. It was staffed. And that is why the funding got cut, Shady.
This is crazy. Wow. This is absolutely insane. And look again. This story will be suppressed. You won't find this story anywhere in the mainstream media. They won't talk about any of it. It's very, very interesting how the world would be different if the media would report the things that are actually a priority in people understanding information. Because it's like we're on a 100% separate train of thought and conversation than anybody on the left or the right that's still stuck in archaic media.
Yeah. And then we found, remember the Feed Foundation by Lauren Bush?
Yep, I do.
Right?
Yes.
That led us to that Center for Immigration Studies. The UN budgets millions for U.S. bound migrants in 2024, right? Look at that. And this is from Nicole. U.S. gave $121 million to controversial UN Palestine Relief Agency since October. Why are we funding people to attack and kill people, Shady?
Yeah, exactly right. And then look at the date on that. Maybe share that with the audience here so they can grab that link and see the date on this. So this is what we're talking. This was 24.
Yeah,
we're talking about this information like that. Everybody just jumps away from and tries to move into a different conversation whenever we've been like right over the target the whole time. You can't. Like, this is the reason this is the reason for the gaslighting, to say, oh, no, that doesn't connect to that or doesn't connect to that, because it does connect. And they want you to think that connections aren't connections. That's the whole
foundation and institutes for a reason.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, because the network exposes the rest of the network. Any piece exposes the rest.
And we'll be talking about that tonight on Tracing Justice, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tracing Justice, Rumble channel, or on X. You can find it there as well. I think he's also on YouTube and Facebook, possibly. I don't know. I'm getting over my skis. I don't know.
Don't get too ahead of yourself.
It should be pretty good, though, for sure. Shady, we've got a new sponsor as well. We did play the commercial, but I do want to just kind of talk about this for a second, guys. This is kimchi, guys. It's amazing, okay? It's the kimchi special by Brightcore. This is the actual website. It's brightcore.com/MG, guys. And today we actually have a huge discount for you. You can get 25% off your Kimchi One by clicking the link that will be in the description here and using that code MG. So it's brightcore.com/MG. And look at our little logos on there too, Shady. Isn't that awesome?
It is. I saw that.
And you can call them also at 888-901-4163 to get up to 50% off your order plus free shipping. The first 100 callers will get a bottle of Thrive, a free bottle of Thrive with their order. Thrive is a curcumin and turmeric complex combined with a ginger and black pepper extract that combats inflammation, boosts brain function, and even promotes liver health. But remember, you only get the best discounts in the free bottle of Thrive when you call. That number again is 888-901-4163. Also, you can go to brightcore.com/MG. Get that 20% off by using that code MG show and get your free bottle of Thrive, Shady. This is amazing stuff.
It is really amazing stuff. And what we're learning a lot about some of these.
Sorry, there was one more thing that they wanted me to say here. Microplastics are infiltrating every part of our lives, and we went over that. Scientists estimate that they will consume a credit card's worth of plastic every week. Through our food, water, and even the air we breathe. One study found plastic particles in 100% of human beings, guys, in their lung samples. Nobody is safe from this exposure, and it gets worse. These plastics don't just sit in your body. They cross the gut lining. They leach into your blood, disrupt everything. They've been showing to show altered gut bacteria. They suppress your immune response and increase your risk of their neurodegenerative disease, metabolic disorders, and cancer. Guys, some of these plastics like BPA and phthalates mimic hormones, okay? That stuff mimics hormones, BPA. Even BPA-free is even worse, guys. And it interferes with your infertility and damage your DNA. So even if you eat clean or avoid packaged foods, you're still being exposed. But you can opt out, and your gut can help you fight back. Kimchi One from the Bright Core right here is that nutrition is a potent ally in this toxic world. So this is the Kimchi One right there. It's packed with over 900 probiotic strains unique to kimchi and proven to break down BPA, helping you detox from the inside out. And it doesn't just support your digestion, it helps protect your cells, your brain, your hormones, and your future. Your body was never designed to handle plastics, but your gut was designed to protect you. You just have to give it the right tools, guys. And then we've got the graphic. You can get your 25% off right now using that code MG Show by clicking the link below. And or even better deal, call my friends at Brightcore for up to 50% off your order and free shipping. Give them a call now at 888-901-4163.
I'm glad you actually went on to mention that, because I was getting ready to explain that this product does have their scientific backing, that the Kimchi product does help your body break down and remove the leached microplastics. It's not a joke. It's actually, from what I'm understanding, it's very interesting because the Neutronic stuff and this stuff together would be amazing to eliminate some of these things. So this is part of what we're doing here. We're bringing you sponsors that are actually going to benefit you, that benefit us, that benefit them. It's win-win-win across the board. Thank you so much, Jeff, for getting that in here today. And thank you for supporting our sponsors. It's been
making me healthy again, making you healthy again, making our listeners healthy again. That's what it's about. Thank you for letting me get a word in edgewise. What? I just wanted to wrap it up.
Okay,
go ahead.
No, yeah. I'm good.
I'm just trying to because you were going to move on. I wanted to
No, I wasn't moving on, but it's okay.
Okay.
I was going to let you lead.
Oh, you lead, Shady Groove. I like when you lead.
No.
What are we talking about next? Because we're free. We did everything in our title. Do you want to talk about the guillotine guy?
I do. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Here you go.
Outside the FBI building, eating some cheese pizza.
You're an idiot.
If the view of my guillotine offends you, you might be doing some really fucked up shit.
Oh, sorry.
The most basic of all human agreements cannot be honored. The word of law means nothing. Fuck these fools. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
So that guy was actually arrested, Shady Groove.
Good.
Yeah.
He needs to be arrested.
My goodness, right? What is wrong with people?
Stochastic terrorism.
That's
what's wrong with people. Because They're being told that you can't vote your way out.
Notice he was eating a cheese pizza, too, to get you all Liz croakened up, guys.
Yeah, the symbolism will be their downfall. But listen, like, think about this for a second. We talked about this the other day. The news media is doing a disservice by not sharing with the American people what this type of behavior gets you. We have plenty of examples, over 20, 25 examples now of people that are making overt threats on the internet. It doesn't matter what your intent is. If you go on the internet and you're making overt threats towards any person in the presidential administration, you are literally signing a piece of paper. You're writing a letter and saying, FBI, come talk to me. Come arrest me. Like, why are you doing that? Is it because your SNAP benefits are running out and you need three hots and a cot? Because that's what you're going to get if you for the people that are doing this. And the media not showing you that these people are getting 10, 15, 12-year prison sentences for threatening the administration. They're doing a big disservice to their quote-unquote community of idiots.
Yeah. And yesterday, they were in L.A. for a Nick Shirley thing, and they were like not realizing it was Nick Shirley. They're acting like it was a Trump rally, the Antifa people, who is now a global terrorist threat. You're right, guys. I mean, this is awesome.
I think were you talking about Sacramento yesterday?
I'm talking about L.A. Yesterday because there was a MAGA activist. They're calling him a MAGA activist. There was a MAGA supporter doused with blue paint. Shady Grove, check this out.
I didn't see this. What are you doing?
Look at that. What is wrong with you people? Seriously, what is wrong with people, Shady? Watch this. They're going to come back at him again. Watch. And they got their little Palestinian head things on.
You need to be armed. I mean, right there, dude, that's it. You're going to be shot. I'm going to shoot you right in the face.
I support MAGA.
Y'all support MAGA? I support MAGA. Come at me, bro. And nobody did a damn thing.
Nobody helps. Because they agree with it. Because of stochastic terrorism.
Paula, it's in L.A. Starbucks. Right there. Guys, wow. This is the kind of crap, dude, that really gets me, Shady.
I wish they'd do it to me. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, I'm not joking around. You want to come at somebody in public for being MAGA? Come at me.
Mm-hmm. Come at any of us.
Quit picking on the weak people that aren't armed.
Yeah.
Approach me in my Dodge 3500. Come on over.
Yeah, you run right.
Make you part of the pavement.
Oh boy. Yeah, I got Shady's goat today. I got you going on that one, didn't I?
Get me set up for tracing justice tonight. We're supposed to be talking about Arabella.
Yes. You're not going to want to miss it because this decode, let me just give you a little something too. Dave Clements. We went on Dave Clements' show and probably did the best interview with Dave about Arabella Advisors because he was truly like, wow, whoa. And he was looking stuff up at the same time. And he asked really good questions. And it was a really good interview, Shady, wasn't it?
It was actually an excellent interview because it was like probably the second or the third one that we did on the topic from somebody asking us the question. Remember, that was back at a time whenever people were just getting started on us in a different way.
Yep. And then he said, I've got the voicemail too still. He even said, oh, Jeff, I guess you see that I'm going against Flynn now, so I'm not going to play your interview because I don't want to get you in the middle of it. What the hell does that mean? Right?
Or consider he's still in the middle of it.
Or he didn't want that information out. There's only one of two things, Shady Groove.
That's correct. I would say that it was going to be the last one that you mentioned, sir.
So you're going to want to see, how many times do I got to hear the ding?
I don't know. I think the Yeti just hit it the second time because he thought you didn't hear it the first time. I don't know what he's doing there.
What? Because I didn't go.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton. You did.
Hillary Clinton.
We're never going to get it.
Right. We're going to get out of here. Let's get out of here, Shady. What do you think? Let's get out of here.
Let's run like the wind.
I think we did a pretty good show, right?
I don't know. I mean, that's like, should we like sit around and wait for feedback? How was the show? How was the show?
How'd we do?
How did we do? Let's sit here. Let's just take some feedback.
Yeah.
Well, they want it to last longer. They want us to stay on more during the week.
Oh, wait.
Great
MAGA
show.
Land. MAGA and 2020. Welcome in. You need a Red Castle.
Get that man a Red Castle.
They're a doomer right there.
We're all the Red Castle supporters today.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Great show. Thank you.
Was that fun? Oh, look it. That is fun.
Does anybody else bring a fun, upbeat
I love
show
it.
every day where we talk about the golden age? Is there anybody out there, there's sourpuss faces sitting there like, they sound like they're
Somebody get
constipated.
MAGA Land a Red Castle. Come on, guys.
They're trying to tell us they love us and nobody will give them a Red Castle?
Get them a Red Castle.
Oh, see, now he's yelling at the audience. This is anti-productive.
Come on. There's 17 pages for truth. I just want to get him a Red Castle so I can get him the hell out of here.
Berate them. Get in that line.
All right, we got
Soldier.
it. Wait. Stop the chat. And you are. Oops, wait. Oh, wait. Cancel. You are out of here. Don't be spamming my stuff.
Don't be spamming me, man.
Shady? Right, Shady?
Don't be spamming me, man. Don't be spamming me, man. Don't be spamming me, man.
Don't spam. All right, so tonight, don't forget the time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tracing Justice, Shady Groove. It's time
for a shrubbery.
Wuhan.
It's so fun.
We were shouting through the darkness, through the static, through the spin. They called the truth a threat and tried to bury it again. Said Wuhan was a whisper, said the lab was just a lie. But we saw the smoke at sunrise, saw the storm behind the sky. They froze the shores and cut the money, tried to choke the living feed, tried to break a warning voice and starve the things the people need. But the map was on the table and the drops were still in line. Now the paperwork is breathing and the clock says it's time. You can't stop what's coming, you can only hide so long. When the proof starts hitting concrete, all your evil will be shown. It's time for the mask to hit the floor. It's time for the lies to work no more. It's time, we were right to hold the line. Future proofs past, bloodlines crash, and the whole damn world's on time. It's time.
Thank you, Chuck Baird.
Polished experts fall in step and come to heal.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, JKC. Thank you, Yao Ming. Thank you, 17 Patriots. And anybody I missed, God bless you.
Patriots now reads like a timeline. We got years of being punished for a truth we couldn't shake. Every ban and every shadow was a tax on what we'd say. Now the D-class rolls like thunder across a hard and bitter sky. And the ones who built the silence got no place left now to hide. You can only run the psyop till the script begins to tell. When the receipts come out in daylight, everybody sees who's there. It's time for the mask to hit the floor. It's time for the lies to work no more. It's time, we were right to hold the line. Future proof past, bloodlines crash, and the whole damn world's on time. It's time. It's time. Signal, read it in the smoke and steel. News unlock the hidden corners, made the buried story real. Call it Q-proof, call it pattern, call it truth that learned to wait. Now the wheel is finally turning and the hour's getting late. They took the channels, they took the checks. They tried to crush us, but we just flexed. But they couldn't kill the memory, couldn't kill the math, couldn't kill the line between, cause the news unlocks the math. Arrived on time. It's time. The quiet's loud. The storm's alive. We kept the watch, and now it's time. It's time. It's time.
God bless you all. app.mg.show. Get the app, app.mg.show. Boom.